Tyson Fury. I think Tyson Fury's like, whenever the heavyweights go, so does boxing. That's like an old saying.
Yeah.
Wait,
And with Tyson Fury being the fucking king, he's so marketable and he's so extraordinary.
Yeah.
And his accomplishments, the fact that he beat Deontay Wilder, everybody gets knocked out by Deontay Wilder.
Crazy.
He's the only one who gets off the deck and beats him.
Power punching is fucking
Stops
insane.
him in the third fight.
Joe Rogan has given a shocking reaction to the Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk fight. Moreover, Anthony Joshua shared his thoughts just seconds after the final bell and before the outcome was revealed. Joshua was chatting with his promoter, Eddie Hearn, and football superstar Cristiano Ronaldo when a local from Saudi Arabia asked him to predict the winner. Without hesitation, AJ replied with Usyk's name before being talked into admitting that it could be a draw.
What's my name?
Usyk.
Really?
Oh. Who do you pick? Yeah.
They can both win, right?
They're going to be a draw.
I think so. Yeah, draw or 7 knocks.
Yeah. For Tyson? Okay.
You think so?
We see.
The Ukrainian secured his victory through a split decision with a pivotal 9th round where he landed several powerful punches. With only the ropes supporting him, Fury staggered around the ring and an official knockdown was declared. About the decisive 9th round, Hearn said that even the referee could have stopped the fight as Fury appeared to be out. He mentioned that when the referee intervened, he was unsure if a decision had been made. Hearn believed that the match was Usyk's, though it could potentially be a draw. He added that despite Fury boxing very well, it couldn't be said that Fury won the fight.
Even the ref could have stopped it, you know. Yeah. Like, he was gone. Damn. I mean, when the ref jumped in, I thought I didn't know whether he'd stopped it or if it was an 8 count.
What's up, yeah?
Jinx.
Ugly.
Lift up, I think it's very
والله انا احس دروب.
والله انا
والله تايتل.
I don't mean you can say Fury won the fight.
Ronaldo appeared stony-faced as AJ and Hearn cheered when the outcome was revealed. And in an interview with IFL TV after the fight, Hearn added that Joshua believed Usyk had won. Hearn himself had found the fight to be quite close, praising Fury's performance in the first 6 rounds and suggesting he seemed on track for a stoppage or points decision. Hearn added, Joshua thought Usyk won. I came over and said, what do you think? He went, Usyk won it easily. I had it quite close. I thought Fury boxed fantastically well the first 6 rounds of the fight. I thought he was well on his way to boxing to a stoppage or a points decision. Usyk, just incredible. I can't believe it. Usyk has already defeated AJ twice in his professional career, and a major British matchup with Fury has been discussed. When asked if the loss yesterday affected those plans, Hearn replied, not much. Tonight is their night. We want to regain the world heavyweight title, so whoever has got it has got it. But the rematch is a big fight. That looks like that'll be set for October. If both guys take it and we have to work on our plans, whether that's Wembley, we'll see what happens on June 1st. Teddy Atlas provided a comprehensive and insightful reaction to Oleksandr Usyk's victory over Tyson Fury, underscoring the significance and quality of the fight. He began by likening the event to the Super Bowl in the United States, acknowledging that while the Super Bowl is often hyped, it doesn't always meet expectations. In contrast, Atlas felt that the Fury versus Usyk fight exceeded expectations and lived up to its historic importance.
Back in the States, we have a thing called the Super Bowl, and there's a lot of hype. And sometimes it lives up to it, and sometimes it don't. It's not a great game. This lived up to it. This lived up to what a fight of this significance, of this stature, of this historic importance should be.
Atlas explained that he had predicted Usyk to win, despite the fight being very close. He attributed his prediction to Usyk's ability to excel on the inside, despite Fury's physical advantages in reach and size. Atlas emphasized that Usyk's greatest talent, which sets him apart, is his ability to win fights. He pointed out that this quality isn't something that can be measured with statistics. It's a testament to Usyk's character and his proven track record of success.
It really did. And I picked Usyk to win, but I mean, it was very close. It was very close. But the reason I picked Usyk, and at the end it was kind of telling. I said, there's one thing we forget about him. The other guy's got the longer reach. He can win it on the outside. I thought Usyk would have the advantage on the inside if he could get in there without getting damaged on the way in. But at the end of the day, when they asked me for a prediction, they all thought I was leaning towards Fury because of the way I laid it out, where he had some physical advantages with size, obviously with reach. And at the end, I picked Usyk, and they were like, why? I said, because his greatest talent is the talent that you cannot measure on graphics. You can't measure, you know, with pen and paper. He just knows how to win.
Reflecting on Usyk's career, Atlas highlighted his achievements from winning the Olympics as a teenager to unifying the cruiserweight titles and then moving up to become a heavyweight champion in different countries against tough opponents. He praised Usyk's consistent ability to find a way to win, emphasizing that this trait was crucial in his victory over Fury. During the fight, Atlas noted that Usyk was losing at points but found a way to turn the tide, particularly with the knockdown of Fury. He wasn't surprised by Usyk's ability to hurt Fury, explaining that Usyk's clean and precise punching, often off counters and from unexpected angles, made him dangerous despite not being known as a heavy puncher.
This is a guy, you know, you can talk about all you want about counter-punching, about size, about speed, about a jab, everything else. But the greatest attribute of Fury, of Usyk, has always been since a teenager, when he won the Olympics. And then he went on to the pros, and he won the cruiser, and then he put all the cruiserweight titles together. And then what did he do? He won the heavyweight title in another country, and then beats a really good big heavyweight, and then does it again. So I said, his greatest asset is something that, again, is not going to be measured in the traditional way. It's his ability to win. He's a winner.
Atlas concluded by emphasizing that Usyk's mentality of finding a way to win, combined with his technical skill and strategic adaptability, makes him the best of his era. He reiterated that Usyk's victory in becoming the undisputed heavyweight champion solidifies his place as one of the great fighters in boxing history. Looking forward, Atlas confirmed that the rematch with Fury is set to happen, underscoring the anticipation for another thrilling bout between two of the sport's best.
And he found a way. He was losing his fight, obviously. He had to find a way to win. He found a way to win. Somebody asked me that question today. They said, Usyk, can he hurt him? I said, yeah, he can hurt him. How? Because he lands clean punches and he puts them together. And he lands off counters. He lands off misses. He lands the kind of punches that sometimes you don't see. So you don't have to be a huge puncher to hurt a guy if you catch him clean with punches they don't see.
Former UFC champion Demetrious Johnson mentioned that Usyk should learn from Floyd Mayweather, and he should retire from the sport as undisputed king. Oleksandr Usyk stands as the undisputed king of the heavyweight division. However, with the spotlight now shifting to an imminent rematch with Tyson Fury, some believe Usyk should retire at the peak of his career. Among these voices is one of the greatest UFC fighters to have ever competed. Former UFC flyweight champion Demetrious Johnson praised Oleksandr Usyk's outstanding performance in the Ring of Fire main event. Despite the high probability of a rematch with Fury later in the year, Johnson suggested that Usyk should avoid a second clash. Instead, he recommended that Usyk either retire from boxing or conclude his career with a trilogy fight against Anthony Joshua. Johnson said, "The hardest thing is that they said there's an automatic rematch clause in their contract for these gentlemen. So there's no brainer that you're going to have Tyson Fury versus Usyk 2. He added that he would like to see Usyk fight Anthony Joshua, noting that Usyk had already beaten Joshua twice and Joshua had recently knocked out Francis Ngannou. Johnson added, "Now I would like to see Usyk fight Anthony Joshua because he's beat Anthony Joshua twice, and Joshua just knocked out Francis Ngannou. So I would love to see that. But if Usyk decided not to defend the belt and decided to retire, I would be completely happy with that." The consensus greatest flyweight in UFC history suggested that the undefeated Ukrainian champion should take lessons from Floyd Money Mayweather on how to navigate the final stages of his legendary career. Johnson said, "I think this is the point of time where if he was Floyd Mayweather 50-0, who left the sport on top as champion, I think this would be a monumental moment for Usyk to do that exact same thing." Moreover, Johnson added that it would be best for Usyk to retire while he is at the top, as the best in the world. He advised leaving without giving anyone the chance to tarnish his undefeated record, and to step away after achieving his ultimate dream and goal of becoming the undisputed heavyweight king of the world. Johnson mentioned, "Leave while you're on top while you're the best in the world. Don't give anybody the opportunity to take away what you've done in being undefeated in your whole entire career and capturing your ultimate dream and goal, which is to be the undisputed heavyweight king of the world." The former pound-for-pound best mixed martial artist in the world remarked that after such a tremendous, albeit hard-fought victory over Fury, there is simply nothing left for Usyk to fight for or risk his legacy on. He said, "This gentleman has won every single thing possible. He's won Olympic gold medals. He's won the Golden Glove. He's won absolutely everything you could have done. He's undefeated. He just beat the Gypsy King Tyson Fury. There's nothing left he can prove." After the scorecard scorecards of the judges were revealed, Fury demanded that the rematch take place in October. Although Usyk has become the first undisputed heavyweight champion of the world since Lennox Lewis in 2000, his reign as undisputed champion will be short-lived, lasting less than a month. This is because in just a few weeks, Usyk will be stripped of the IBF heavyweight title as overdue mandatory challenger Filip Hrgović faces Daniel Dubois on June 1st. Reports indicate that the contracts for the anticipated super fights featuring Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk contain clauses stipulating that regardless of the outcome in Riyadh, they would relinquish the IBF belt. This decision stems from the fact that Filip Hrgović was designated as the mandatory challenger nearly 18 months ago. While Usyk expressed anticipation for the rematch with Fury during the post-fight press conference, he also mentioned that he is currently eager to take a well-deserved break from the sport. Usyk said, "I don't think about boxing now, please. My camp started in September 2023, and I worked for 9 months. I missed New Year, I missed my son's birthday, I missed my other son's birthday, I missed my daughter's birthday, and then the birth of my daughter. I also missed family holidays. I was only focused on this fight. Now I'm happy, and I want to go back home." Michael Bisping, a member of the UFC Hall of Fame, praises Oleksandr Usyk for his strategy versus Tyson Fury. Team Usyk had an excellent game strategy, in Bisping's opinion. He explained why he thought Oleksandr Usyk defeated Tyson Fury. Bisping commented that he was unsure if Tyson Fury could improve his condition any further, noting that the fight had a furious pace. He speculated that Oleksandr Usyk might have intentionally lost a few rounds by applying pressure to tire out Fury in the later rounds. Bisping said, if that's what he was doing, if that was kind of the game plan to lose a couple of close rounds to force the action out of Tyson Fury, then that was absolutely genius game planning, because that's essentially what we saw. Additionally, Bisping summarized the round 9 exchange that turned the fight around. He explained that Usyk landed a left hand on Fury's head, following up with more punches that had Fury wobbling. As Tyson Fury backed up, trying to create distance, Usyk relentlessly pursued him. Near the end of the 9th round, Usyk almost dropped Fury, who was saved by the ropes. The referee stepped in and gave Fury a count, and just as the count ended, so did the round. Bisping explained, right at the end of round 9, boom, kind of drops him, gets saved by the ropes, the referee steps in, gives him a count, and as soon as he came back from the count, that was the end of the round. Derek Chisora shared his reaction to Oleksandr Usyk's victory over Tyson Fury with a mix of criticism, praise, and optimism for the future. He began by expressing confusion and frustration over Fury's strategy during the fight, implying that Fury seemed to be avoiding engagement. Chisora recounted the controversial moment in the 9th round when Usyk landed a series of heavy punches on Fury, leading to a questionable count by the referee. Chisora described the count as the most dubious he had ever seen in boxing, suggesting it was excessively lenient towards Fury.
That guy, I don't know what the hell was that about. That was the most dodgiest count I've ever heard in boxing. Let's be honest. Boxing is a great sport. Let's just not try and ruin it with stupid things like this. Do you know how many people love boxing? But if we ruin it with stupid things like this, people they fall out of love with boxing. Do you understand? Great fight. I mean, great fight, great show. You know the best thing about this show was there was no alcohol. Everybody sat there and watched the fight sober.
Chisora emphasized the importance of maintaining the integrity of boxing, stressing that such controversial moments could erode the love people have for the sport. Despite his criticisms, he acknowledged the quality of the fight, praising both competitors for putting on an exceptional show. He highlighted the unique atmosphere of the event, noting the absence of alcohol and how it allowed the audience to fully appreciate the fight. The crowd's reactions, with audible gasps and cheers, added to the intensity and enjoyment of the match.
And enjoyed it. Do you understand? We enjoyed the fight. It was like unbelievable. Everybody could hear the penny drop because people were loving the fight. Ooh, ah. It was unbelievable. I enjoyed it, man. Look, I'm tired. I loved it. You know, give a shout out to the Excellency Demetrious Johnson and the whole Ministry of Sports of Entertainment. Great show. Amazing.
Chisora expressed his admiration for the event's organization, giving a shout-out to the Saudi Arabian hosts, including the Excellency and the Ministry of Sport and Entertainment. He called the event amazing and predicted that the rematch would be even more spectacular. Confident in Fury's ability to bounce back, Chisora asserted that Fury would take the rematch and return to the ring heavier and more determined, promising that Fury would dominate Usyk in their next encounter.
And I'll tell you what will be better. The rematch is going to be unbelievable.
Tyson will take the rematch 100% next.
It's a Gypsy King. He has to take it, bro. And I'm telling you, in a rematch, he'll come back heavier and he'll smoke the guy.
Colin Hart provided a comprehensive analysis of the Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk fight, highlighting Usyk's impressive performance. He began by acknowledging Usyk's skill, noting that despite being the smaller man, Usyk fought exceptionally well. Hart was not surprised by Usyk's victory, as he had predicted it beforehand. He explained that his prediction was based on his belief that Tyson Fury is no longer in his prime and has been in decline since his last fight with Deontay Wilder 3 years ago.
Tonight.
I saw a very good performance by Usyk, the much smaller man. I'm not surprised because I did pick him to win. The reason I did so because I think Tyson Fury is in decline. He's not what he was 3 years ago, certainly, when he the last Wilder fight. And I think if they had to return on October the 12th, Usyk would win again, and maybe even bigger.
Hart expressed skepticism about Fury's current capabilities, suggesting that if a rematch were to occur on October 12th, Usyk would likely win again, possibly by a larger margin. He was particularly critical of the WBC judge who scored the fight in favor of Fury, calling the decision disgraceful. Hart implied that the judge's bias towards the WBC champion influenced the scoring, and he found the 114-113 score for Fury to be absurd. In contrast, Hart considered the 115-112 score for Usyk to be a more accurate reflection of the fight.
I thought the WBC judge was a disgrace, giving the fight to Fury. Is it a surprise? Fury was the WBC champion, and their judge gave him a 114-113 win, which is a joke for me. I think the score of 115-112 was just about right.
Praising Usyk, Hart noted that Usyk's fitness and skill were on full display. He was particularly impressed by Usyk's stamina, as Usyk maintained a high pace throughout all 12 rounds, showing no signs of fatigue. Hart remarked that Usyk appeared capable of continuing for another 12 rounds if needed. He also pointed out Usyk's quick recovery after being hurt in the 5th round by a right hand from Fury, which prevented Fury from taking advantage of the moment.
You know, you've got to hand it to Usyk. He was going as fast in the 12th round as he was in the 1st, and he's so fit. He looked like he could go another 12 rounds without any trouble whatsoever. But he's so skillful, and he did get hurt. Why he wobbled, I think it was the 5th round, when he walked onto a right hand. But his powers of recovery were virtually instant, and Fury couldn't capitalize on that.
Hart asserted that Usyk has proven himself to be the best heavyweight of his era, especially after winning the undisputed world heavyweight title. He highlighted Usyk's remarkable achievement of being both the unified world cruiserweight champion and the unified world heavyweight champion. Hart emphasized that Usyk's record is unparalleled and likely unbreakable, solidifying his status as a legendary fighter.
Colin, where does this rank? Is Oleksandr Usyk, has he proven that he is the best heavyweight of his era?
Yes, of his age, of his era, you're quite right. That's what winning the undisputed title was all about. And to think he's got a record now, which in my opinion will never be broken. Unified world cruiserweight champion, unified world heavyweight champion. What else has the guy got to do to prove he's a great fighter?
Regarding the future, Hart confirmed that the rematch between Fury and Usyk is already contracted and scheduled for October 12th. He acknowledged that while many factors could potentially alter the plan before then, the rematch is officially set to happen. Hart concluded that if the rematch does take place, it will provide another opportunity for Usyk to demonstrate his superiority and further cement his legacy in boxing.
Do you believe the rematch does take place next? Tyson Fury said he wants it, but do you believe it happens next?
Oh yeah, it's in the contract. It's contracted. And the date has already been arranged, October 12th. I know a lot can happen between now and then, but on paper, it's happening.
Joe Rogan, the host of the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, took to Instagram to share his congratulations and reflections on the historic fight between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk. Rogan was impressed by the fight and expressed his admiration for both fighters. He said, "What a fight. Congratulations to Usyk for winning the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world." Rogan recognized Usyk's achievement as the first undisputed heavyweight champion of the 21st century, ending a 2-decade-long year-long drought in the division. Despite Fury's controversial loss, which Rogan noted Fury argued was a robbery, Rogan made sure to commend Fury for his performance. He added, "And huge props to Tyson Fury for not just surviving the 9th round, but coming back strong. No one recovers from being rocked like Fury. He's truly got the heart of a champion." Rogan closed his post with a sentiment that resonated with many boxing fans. "I can't wait for the rematch." He expressed his excitement about the potential for another thrilling bout between the two heavyweights. Fortunately, during the post-fight interview, Usyk confirmed his willingness to engage in a rematch, adding to the anticipation. Rogan's post garnered significant attention from supporters, with many joining in the conversation and expressing their opinions on the fight and the controversial decision. Rogan's acknowledgement of Fury's resilience and Usyk's achievement as the new undisputed champion was well received, sparking further discussion and debate among fans of the sport. Nevertheless, Fury appears hesitant to promptly arrange a rematch with Usyk, despite his conviction that he performed well enough to secure victory. While expressing eagerness in the ring, the British boxer announced their contractual obligation for a second bout in October. However, when he took the mic at the press conference following the fight, his confidence in a swift return seemed to waver. With 3 consecutive training camps under his belt, the toll was evident. Following his bout with Francis Ngannou in October, Fury wasted no time jumping back into training to prepare for Usyk in February. As the countdown to the Saudi Arabian showdown dwindled, an unexpected setback arose when he sustained a cut during sparring, prompting a rescheduling of the fight to the previous night. Now, with the bout behind him, he's itching to take a break from boxing for a while, contemplating his next moves. Fury explained, "We've punched the out of each other for 12 rounds there, so we're going to go home, eat some food, drink a few beers, spend some family time, walk my dog, go on a trip, and me and Frank Warren are going to talk about what's going to happen in the future." Moreover, Fury said that he wasn't sure what would happen next, but he thought he would continue with a similar approach, tightening up his defense, staying more focused, and reducing the playful elements. He mentioned that he had been enjoying himself during the fight and he felt that he had been dominating. Fury added, "I don't know what's going to happen, but I think I'd just do a little bit more of the same. Keep my defense a little bit tighter, a bit more focused, and not so much messing around, because I was having fun in there. I was playing around, I was hitting him to the body, uppercuts to the head, and I thought I was bossing the fight." Make sure to check out some of our other videos on the screen if you enjoyed this one.